in Rihanna's shoes, I wouldn't marry ASAP Rocky either. How would it be in her best interest? If I'm a billionaire and my boyfriend is a thousandaire, no shade to ASAP, but let's just keep it all the way real. If I know that my boyfriend makes nowhere close to me, I am the breadwinner in each and every way. Why? Marriage is a business decision at the end of the day. And rich people definitely consider how much the other person makes when they decide who they're going to marry. Some people don't. Look at Mary J. Blige and look at her now. That woman, she got to work until the day she died to keep paying her ex-husband. From a business perspective, why would she marry ASAP? Because if they fall out, trust and believe ASAP going to be like, let me get half of all that. Trust and believe he's going to, because as history has shown, men get very petty when it comes to divorce. So it's just like, why are we acting stupid right now?
Men get very petty when it comes to divorce. Men ask for half. Let me wait.
Because Rihanna, I never married that man. And she probably told him, we're never getting married. Nope. You're going to be my boyfriend for life. You're going to be my boyfriend. We can be together real bad, but we never going to be married. Because if we break up, you don't even got to worry about who the kids is going to. They going to me. Because why? I make more money than you. I'm not paying you alimony, spousal support. This is my bread. As a woman, this is a business decision, honey.
So there are a lot of things that were just said there that are just not true. And listen, guys, I'm not going to go into the very easy way we could take this conversation in a direction and focus on how these chicks, like this woman who I covered on a recent video, said that she started OF. I'll pin the link to the top of the comment section. Started OF so she could afford her $1,000 car note. That's just too easy. They're obsessed with money. We get it. I want to talk about how the type of men who value the possibility of a marriage in the future can protect themselves legally, and how important it is for you to listen to what I'm about to talk about in this video. She spoke about how men are typically the ones that are petty and who take half after divorce. I want you, especially to my guys who are currently engaged or thinking of proposing sometime in the near future, you really need to pay attention to this video, because there's a section in our prenuptial agreement guide at fathershaverights.com that was set up. You know, I talked to two very well-known attorneys, the lead attorney and also James Sexton. And one of the things that was said to me, very powerful, for you, those of you guys who don't know who that is, I'm sure the faces here one of these faces are going to look familiar, right? One of them are, even if it's just mine. James Sexton here is a family law attorney and author of, he has a book called If You're in My Office, It's Already Too Late. The lead attorney, most of you guys probably already know, he practiced family law for over 20 years. But there was something in that guide, an instruction that was given, and it was, legal information from the attorneys that they covered. And they were talking about women when it comes to prenuptial agreements, and they were contrasting the difference. And this was the lead attorney, between the way men propose prenups versus women. When it comes to whether a woman's going to get married who has means and whether she values a prenup, women are a lot more straightforward and upfront and honest about the need for either them not marrying you unless they have a prenuptial agreement. They have no problem. They're not as hesitant as guys. They will tell you, we will have a prenup if we will get married, if they have money, or they just won't marry you. This is what you see with women like Oprah Winfrey, in my opinion, and women like Rihanna. They have no problem keeping it real. You know who has most of the issue when it comes to this topic? It's the men, which is why I have a script guide. This is an exact script of how to bring up the conversation of a prenuptial agreement. Now, you have to be a man and speak what you, if you can't have difficult conversations, then you're not ready to marry. You're not ready for marriage if you're unable to have that first real difficult conversation, if a prenup is something that you value. And so I have that in there. And I would encourage you to make sure you head over and check that out. I say all this to say, if you go in the comment section, let's read a few of these comments. You're going to see women who are unafraid For example, this comment here that reads, I don't blame her for not doing it, but isn't that what prenups are for? And somebody responded back and says, prenups only protect assets at the time of marriage. If they divorced, he could go after anything she gained during their marriage. This right here is why you need to seek legal advice, legal information from expert attorneys and not comment sections. Everybody's an expert in the comments. You're probably going to see some who are going to comment down below. We're back to one of the top comments. This lady here says, if she decides to say yes, she better hire the best prenup writer there ever was. Again, women have no problem bringing up a prenuptial agreement. And people don't understand that a prenup, they think to themselves, oh, nothing will ever go wrong if you go through a divorce. It limits your losses. There are plenty of situations where somebody is paid a small amount in comparison to their life being shattered, businesses ruined. You can protect your assets. And when a woman's on top, trust me, she understands that concept all of a sudden. All of a sudden, all the questions of, do you not trust me? I just don't get why you're thinking of divorce. All those all of a sudden start to make sense in her mind. This next commenter responded back and says, prenups and postnuptials are very direct. You can sign away your alimony rights and put everything into writing. They can keep separate bank accounts and even file taxes separately. It's very easy. Here's somebody else who says, if roles were reversed, y'all would be dragging ASAP. Of course they would. This next chick here says, she would be married if she wanted to. She goes on to say later on here, if I were her, I would absolutely not. Once again, women today understand the concept of protecting your marriage with a prenuptial agreement. You get one piece of paper after you get married. And listen to me, that piece of paper it can't fit all the different ways on that one piece of paper that your life has been affected legally, what you opt out of, how you all of a sudden you enter either a community property state situation, depending on the state you're in, or equitable distribution state. Most people walk into a courtroom, they sign that document, don't know that their life has changed drastically, and they have no idea. Guys, I appreciate you as always. And of course, you know where to go, fathershaverights.com. If you need a prenup but don't know where to start, we equip you with everything you will need from point A to Z before you hire your attorney. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.